pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I've tried not to do that every time.
Okay, I will take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Public comment.
Oh, I do have a question on that one.
Oh,
The student attendance agreements, are these repeats or new?
Repeats.
Okay.
yeah, public comment. Anybody that has any public comment, just remember we don't talk about personnel, we don't talk about something that's coming up in the agenda later. But does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Thank you. Dawn.
All right. So, welcome everybody. Look at what a great crowd we have. That was awesome. So first thing I would like to talk about is that we just gave a $1,000 scholarship at the Flathead High School scholarship presentation because we have that scholarship fund. And so we had one applicant this year, and she was amazing, and she received the scholarship. But the scholarship went to Monique Geyer Ponson. And her plans are to go to the Montana State University, followed that by 4 years of veterinary school where she's going to specialize in equine chiropractic or rehabilitation. So I didn't even know they had equine chiropractic. I think that's pretty amazing. I know they have it for dogs, but I didn't know they had it for horses. That's fantastic. So congratulations to her. The reason I don't talk about that early is because it's supposed to be a complete surprise to the recipient. If we have a public board meeting, then it's out there prior to the presentation. So that is why I did not discuss it further. Upcoming events, student registration is ongoing. Summer school schedule is June 30th through July 30th. So I think we have about 24 kids in there right now. I'm not sure. Do you know, Ms. Kennedy?
Yeah,
Is that
24.
right? 24. August 26th, we have kindergarten roundup, and school starts on that day also. 27th and 28th of August, kindergarten experience days, and the 31st is the first day of kindergartners. We sent out a school climate survey because we did that a year ago. It was posted in the newsletter and on the website and on Facebook. And I think that the survey is not going to be valid because all of the teachers didn't get their students to do it before OPI closed it. And OPI closed it early. They did not tell me that they were closing it. And so they closed it before everyone had a chance to complete it. So I'm working on checking that out and seeing when the next opening of the survey is. And if it opens at the beginning of the year, then we can try it again. What would be valid would be information that we would receive from the public so we could look at that data, but we wouldn't be able to include our student results. So, so that is unfortunate. So our students and teachers, because I mean the end of the year is busy, everybody didn't get to it, and it closed. It wasn't supposed to close. I didn't know it was closing. So
We have parent one.
we have community voice. Yes, we have community voice, so we can find out about that. I received information today on the roundabout. So they say that the design plans have been finalized and that right-of-way negotiations with adjacent landowners have begun. I haven't heard anything about negotiations from anybody. So I guess evidently we have not been contacted yet. But one thing for us to do would be to look at, once we see the plans, to try get a real estate agent out here and give us an approximation of what our property is worth. But until we have those plans, set in stone, like they say they're done, until I have those plans, we can't do that really. But anyway, that's my hope that we'll be able to get a value on the property that they will be displacing. So that project is slated for the 2027 season, which will be next summer. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So swings, our new swings arrived and they are outside. They are 12 feet long, the package that came in the mail, 12 feet long by 4 feet by 3 feet, and they weigh 645 pounds. So the delivery process was quite the process, wasn't it, Josh? So what happened was the swings, they were on a pallet, and the pallet had thick wood underneath it, so you couldn't put a pallet jack underneath it because it was in the way. So we ended up sticking like one arm of the pallet jack under there and literally dragging the swing set off of the truck. And so they had a lift gate, and so Mr. Connors was out there. He's hanging on both sides. He's hanging on with like ropes or cables, and the man's like, okay, I'm gonna drop it a little bit, and then the whole thing goes a little bit more. I was praying, please. I was praying. Anyway, it all went well, and we got it moved, and so it's out there. I'm going to contact the manufacturer and get some specific information on how we need to prepare the ground. And once we know that, we'll know what we need to do, what resources we need to have for cushioning and chips and all that kind of stuff, and then we can get a plan in place for a community to get that swing set put together. So that'll be exciting. And it is not replacing the other swing set, it is in addition to. For summer maintenance and custodial, we currently have 4 employees working. We have Josh Eastman, Dorothy Lofgren, Tracy McGuire, and Lee Erickson, who is subbing at this time. They're doing cleaning and routine maintenance, and we've top to bottom cleaning, so everything from lights all the way down to baseboards, vents, all of that kind of stuff. The kitchen is now empty and has been painted in preparation for the resurfacing of the floor. And then Cody Samuelson will join us as soon as his background check clears, and hopefully that should be pretty soon. And that's all I have right now. So when we talk about, later on when we talk about the ADA accessibility upgrades, and I would like to talk about facilities a little bit at that time. Thank you. Any questions, anybody?
I'm starting to work on year-end wrap-up, so that's part of why there's a lot of claims. And Joe got to do some added bonus ones as some tuition checks got missed by me. So I wrapped those up today and just starting to balance all the different accounts, moving expenditures as needed. June will be busy to try to get that all wrapped up. But it doesn't get finalized until after the last payroll, because that's when we draw another chunk of our money, and then I'll know what expenditures need to move between which accounts. And then it'll wrap up. That's about all I have for an update for you
Hard
guys.
to hear. I think we were supposed to go so fast.
So fast.
Okay. Facilities report. On this right now, we just need the updates on the construction and the water.
I have some of those. I'll probably give some of those.
Okay.
Siding, as you probably all noticed, is going up and looks amazing. So that's awesome. That's in process. The roofing on the 200 building on the gym was supposed to start this week. It has been postponed. There's the company that we hired to do it, their insurance has lapsed, so they're in the process of reinstating their insurance, and once their insurance is reinstated, then they can come on our premises, but obviously I'm not gonna let them on until they have valid insurance, so
Thank you.
they're on hold at the moment. As soon as that's done, then they'll come do the work. And then Sand and Construction is doing the front sidewalk and then this pad out here. And they got behind on a couple jobs because of the weather that we've had. So that bumped us back. So he said he's looking toward the end of the month. And I said the end of the month is no good unless it's done before June 30th because we start summer school. So if he doesn't get in to where he can get it done by June 30th, then he'll come after July 30th when summer school's gone. The siding that's happening outside the double doors, he is going to hold off on doing that section until Sandon pours that pad so that the flashing will be flush with the concrete pad. So, and Matt with the siding said he has no problem coming back and finishing that small section once we have that concrete poured.
Cool.
So,
Has any other problems come up from the siding, or is it all pretty good?
no, it's been going smooth. Haven't heard any problems from him. Things are just.
Did they say how bad it was?
No. No. It looks good though where they tore it down and then, you know,
It's
tie back to it. Looks
concrete, it should not
good.
have happened. I mean, it was falling apart.
Right,
That's-
crazy. Crazy.
There's no, concrete doesn't fall.
right.
But yeah, it looks night and day different out there. Definitely give the
It
school the
looks really
facelift
cool.
that
It looks really nice, yes.
that we were hoping for. So yeah, I think that's all I have construction update wise. I'm really excited for Cody to start. I can hand that baton over. But that's about
So
it.
who got the water test?
Joe and Dawn met with Jerry and Tina, so they've got an update for you on the water.
Okay, that's next.
So Joe and I, it was an interesting visit. We went up and we looked at the wells first. And they say that the wells need to be scoured and then they need to be blown out and then put back and retested. And before that happens, we need to do a test beforehand and then a test afterwards. So they're talking about that, but Joe brought up the point about chlorination. You want to talk about the chlorination?
So the theory with the well is it's 30 years old. They think that there's sediment ending up in the bottom, and that is a potential spot for bacteria to survive. And then it keeps coming into the system potentially. I met with another engineer, and they suggested that we chlorinate first before we do anything else. I wasn't sure when the last time it was done or how often it needs to be done.
Jerry and Tina would know that.
And that they said it had not been chlorinated recently, but I don't know what the timeline that was. So, and then they gave us a recommendation on a company that can do the scouring, but we do not have a quote yet.
If we chlorinate, do we still have to scour it?
Per DEQ, the scouring was optional. They recommended, but said it was optional. The next stage of the process was up in the gym where the pressure tanks are. They want all of that cleaned, flushed, and that was a requirement.
Well, they were talking about a blow-up liner for the.
Oh, sure, yep, on the well, yep.
Some kind of a liner to put in there if the problems resolved. But I think it's going to need a lot more testing before we can make any decisions.
And this is all because of the multiple positive coliform tests. Is that accurate? I just want to make sure everybody's aware of why we're digging into.
Well, my suggestion would be do it now, get it chlorinated, drain out the tanks.
Yeah,
We have
before
Josh
kids
do
are
it
back?
before kids are back. Get it all done now, so then if we have to do anything else, at least we're ready to roll for school season.
It's good.
And so they've said for sure we have the tanks drained now, and so we have to drain them all the way, clean them out, flush them 3 to 4 times, make sure that we get any sediment that's in there removed. And so they're saying do that before we even consider the well.
Is that something that they're okay with us doing, or is that something they think we should hire somebody to do?
In talking to them, I really feel that we should hire. Do you think so?
Yes.
Good luck finding somebody. My
So
only
is that just
I have something about this.
Okay.
So if you call any pump guy, they can probably shock the system. If you call like any water salvers, pump services that pump, they can shock wells.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how much they charge anymore, but I know when I was younger, we did that a lot. I should say, my parents did it a lot.
So is it a plumber that needs to drain those tanks?
Could be a water drill or like chambers.
But I mean, I thought we were talking about
Yeah.
the ones that
We're not talking about the well anymore. This is the
We're talking about the
pressure
one-
tanks.
Pressure
in the
tanks.
well.
So that would just be a plumber?
It's a plumber.
I mean, we have a
Avalanche.
plumber.
Just call Avalanche and see.
Yeah.
Me? Is that me? Me.
Whoever wants to, I don't care.
Yeah, I can.
Work it out.
I can. I'm gonna need details on what we want them
Sure.
to do, and I'll be
Yes.
happy to do it.
And as
I'll
part
talk
of
to
that,
you.
if we're having a plumber come in, there was some recommended changes to add a couple valves to make it far easier in the future. Because this time around is gonna be kind
If
of a
we're
pain.
shutting down, we might as well do what we need to do to make it
Well,
easy to hook up.
And the way the system is set up now, we have to shut the water down to the entire campus to do the maintenance.
Right.
By adding a couple valves in the future, we can clean out one tank at a time and keep the system running while we're doing that. So,
Should we talk to them about that too?
Yes.
I'm making notes for you and
Be
I
ready,
in chat.
and be ready for some nasty looking water when they fire it all back up. Because all of the iron in the system's going to settle down. Okay.
The other thing that they talked about when they were here is there were a couple of little things that we need to have done. There's an obsolete pipe in the storage room. Do you remember what that was about?
There's a connection to the 300 building. They would like that pipe disconnected. That way there's no potential for back contamination through that valve, which is not a
Right.
problem.
And then there was another one over here in this building. Oh, no,
that was
turned out
the
to be
gas line.
line.
Yep.
That's right, that turned out to be the gas line.
I'll write that down.
So it's disconnected, there's nothing, we don't use it anymore.
Well, right now it's still connected to the manifold. The valve is closed. They're recommending just unhook the pipe completely so there's no chance
Right.
of the valve shifting a little bit and getting contamination.
And they also talked about in Joanna's room, there where the old, because that used to be the staff room, there was a refrigerator that could receive water. They want us to completely disconnect, like cap that off, so that we don't have a leak or anything coming from that old pipe.
Those are things we can do.
That one is easy.
What's Cody says.
Yeah.
We'll shove Josh.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's true.
So that's it, that's the water report information.
Okay.
They did talk about automatic flushers, and they said they're really bad because of the potential for back flush or backwash.
When you any flusher back flushes in, if it back flushes enough, it will get back into the water.
So they talked about that, and they also talked about the sinks with the automatic sinks, which is what we have now. And they said, as time goes on, if we can gradually replace them to put dual control, so hot and cold, because they have to test with cold water, and they have to wait for a long time for the water to be able to get cold because it's hot in all of these faucets. It's hot water. So that's like a gradual thing that we can eventually change out.
The valve to 300 building, if we turn it off, you can't water lawn out of that spigot then?
No, it's not even being used. There's
Oh, it's
The valve is already off.
Oh,
there's underground, and
okay.
if it come down to that, we fire. If it was just for water, we'd turn the other pump on.
Oh, okay.
We do still have a well over here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We just don't want to have to use it.
But they said when they test the water here, that they can run a little bit water.
But there
then they
should
have
be
to wait.
shut-off valves on the hot water underneath the sink. But all they'd have to do is shut that hot water off. I'll look at it, but that should be. It should be so that they
I
can.
would think that would be.
Right.
Because lots of schools have automatic.
Well,
But
it
ours-
saves water. We're
ours
gonna
you
have.
have to wait
And we put
forever.
dual controls on there, and you're gonna have kids leaving the water on, just to see if it fills up. Okay. You all got your certified contracts. Can't see it. Okay, so we have to go through these one at a time, I believe.
That is not how I have them listed. I have them listed in Max.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to go through each and every one
I don't think so.
on the certified?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because you've already approved all people.
Okay.
So you're just doing contracts.
Then let's just, somebody make a motion to approve the certified contracts, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the certified contracts.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Will you pause on the prospect? Did you have a change?
So on the classified contracts, I would like to table the after-school program director hiring
Okay.
just because Joanna and I are in the middle of having a conversation about the position. So I'd like to table that until the next meeting.
Okay. It's not gonna affect anything, so.
It's just that we won't approve that one, so.
Right.
So whoever
Okay.
makes the motion, just say.
Minus after school director. So, okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the classified contracts excluding the pump jumpers
Director.
director.
Need a second?
I second that.
Okay, moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on that? If not, all approved? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. There's your contract, Josh.
Yeah.
All right, so. Okay, Lacey, you want to explain what you want to do?
Sure. In light of where we are financially as a district, I don't, in good faith, feel comfortable asking for much of anything this year. So I asked for 15 cents an hour to round it to a whole dollar amount, so I don't have to keep trying to remember what the heck the dollar amount is. And then I've told you guys this before, but time is my most important piece. So for me, it was an easy add for me to ask for personal leave added to my contract. I have vacation and sick leave per Title II because I'm a Title II employee, so I accrue that under Title II. But I'm asking if the board would approve some personal time for me on my contract.
I have no problem with it.
There was no personal time before.
No, there was none.
Which I was surprised when I saw that, 'cause I
Yeah.
thought there was too.
Yeah,
And I was like, why is she asking for that? And I was like, oh, must not be.
no.
No, Lacey, like we've talked, you do a great job.
Thanks.
And I mean that, and I know everybody here knows that because you do above and beyond for us and you keep a lot of things running, so thank you.
I spent way too much time trying to find what your leave was before.
Because I highlighted it.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
like, what was it?
What
before?
was
Yeah, that's
it?
what I was
It
wondering
was
too.
non-existent.
It was-
Yeah.
She's only asking for 5 days, so.
Yeah.
That's, in the end, that's,
Currently, since I'm a 260-day employee, I work year-round, and I don't have like Christmas break off, spring break off, anything like that. So these 5 personal days would essentially allow me to take spring break off with my family or Christmas break off with my family and not have to use all my vacation time in order to do that. So it gives me an opportunity to take off one of those breaks and also maybe take a vacation.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of that's my ask.
Okay,
That's
and
what
with
the
5
number
days.
thing.
We need to keep you.
you know, it's a total of about $1,300. So, I'm good.
That's good.
So,
I'll make a motion to approve the business manager contract.
I'll
for
second.
26, 27.
Sorry, let me cut you off. I'll second.
So excited.
moved and seconded. Anybody else have anything to say?
No, thank you, Lacey.
All in favor?
Thanks, guys.
Aye.
Opposed? I dare you. Okay. Now, we're gonna go to Don's contract. My only concern about this, Don, is the number of days that you're cutting off. That's a $6,500 raise if you take 20 days off a year. I would, my proposal would be 12 days.
So the reason I'm asking for this is, first of all, I've given you the principal salary matrix that was from 2022, fiscal year 2022. So you can see the number of days that all of those principals work and how much money they make and the number of personal leave days that they also get, plus they get all the vacations that the staff get. So that is why I'm asking for the 240-day contract instead of 260-day contract.
Right.
And I am a superintendent, so it's obviously my duty to
But,
work so much more.
you're showing us numbers from schools that have 250 kids and higher?
I am, and they also have 2 or 3 administrators per school, so it's not just one administrator.
Yeah, my thought was this is not an apples to apples comparison.
No, it isn't.
Not even.
It isn't, but it's the closest I could come up with. I can tell you that the superintendents in the region, there's nobody that works 260 days. There are only 4.
And I'm not asking you to work
Only 4
260.
superintendents that work 260 days in this northwest area, as far as I know, from what everyone's saying. So I'm requesting that time so that I can take more vacation time with my family. The thing is, I don't use a lot of vacation time. It's just nice to have that option. And I'm also asking for my personal leave to be raised to 4 days. That matches what the teachers have cumulative. up to
And I don't
10
have a
days.
problem with that one. It's the 20-day drop, you know, that's why I say 12 days. What you're asking for is basically a $7,000 raise. And it's a big raise. That's a bigger raise than anybody else has got.
At a 3% increase, it should be reduced by 8 days only, not 12.
And I would go with 12. I mean, 12 is 12 makes more sense to me.
So that
It
gives
gives
me
you
248 days.
248 days, yes.
So I would accept that.
Is everybody else okay with that? That would give her approximately 5%.
Just something else to keep in mind is my salary the first 3 years was the same. It didn't move.
No, we obviously can't give her any money.
Yeah, I'm not asking for money.
And
Yeah, so going, you said, what was the number, 248?
It's 8 days less than she's asking for. What was the number at?
Yeah, I was thinking 250 to split the difference, but
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but
You said
that was the number that I came up
12
with.
days is a 5%?
yeah. Yeah, 8 days would be 3% equivalent.
How many weeks vacation do you have?
I have 15 days per year.
15 days per year.
I think 5% is a pretty big number. I would agree with Joe on splitting the difference. Going to, and even 250.
Well, how much time do you put in the summer months now that you've been here a couple years? You've kind of got things figured
She
out.
has to work all those days.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I work 260 days a year.
Okay.
Now, did you change your home time at all?
No,
How many days you work at home?
so up to 10 days per year.
10 days.
And so those would be student days. And so like this year, I don't remember how many I worked. I think it was 8, but most of those were sick days. Like my husband has surgery, so I work from home on a sick day. You know, I mean, so it wasn't like I just.
This is what I'm looking at, because we need you to start using some of your sick days.
How many sick days do
Because
you
your
have?
But
accrual
I
is,
do use my sick days when I'm sick.
How many do you have?
How many?
how many are you
I don't know.
accrued right
I
now?
think I have, I don't even know.
Lacey can tell us in a
Say I don't see a cap on the sick leaves in this.
second.
contract.
There's not a cap, but we have to pay her, if she retires.
This is the
we have to
quickest way
pay
to
her.
try to find it, right? 168
The personal leave has a cap.
You have 168
Oh, 160 hours.
right now, so 21 days of sick leave right now,
Okay.
25 vacation days. But that's because it's been accrued.
All right.
Right, no,
I just want to make sure we're clear.
no, I understand that. But But if she decided to retire next year, we'd have to pay her for all of those. That would come out of general fund budget. Yeah.
Does she get paid full or like the rest of us, 25%?
Contract to answer that.
Sure.
I think you're right. Vacation is full. I know that.
Right. Because
Vacation is
you
full.
approve
Personal
that.
is not
You
at
approve
all. And a sick is 25% because it's Title II.
that. All right. I just,
Sick is not at all.
No,
Oh,
personal.
okay.
Personal's not at all. Personal
Right,
doesn't
okay.
get paid out upon.
it's
Right.
really screwy how they've got it set up, because they've got personal days, vacation days, and
It's all changed up.
it's chopped
Instead of
up.
all
Yeah.
this work
Whereas
into
most
one.
of us have sick days
It's all,
and
yeah, PTO.
personal time off. There's a setup.
You know, just doing fat finger math, I mean, you got basically 3 weeks vacation. You got 10 days that you can do at home throughout the year.
But that's
Which you
not-
shouldn't be
That's
working.
not vacation time.
Well, no, but we all know, hey, you work for a couple hours, take the rest of the day off. We talked about that, we
I
did.
would beg
Oh,
to.
I don't
beg to
do that.
differ.
No.
Let's drink coffee. Okay, so anyways,
Wow, really?
no.
I'm offended.
Don, I'm not saying that, okay? What I'm saying is you've got 3 weeks vacation. You got 10 days you work at home. You got sick leave, okay? I'm fine with going 250 for splitting the days. Because you gotta utilize your time, take your time off.
But if I'm not sick, why would I take sick leave?
If you're not sick, but why bank them so then we have to pay you out? Use them. That's what they're there for.
But if she's not sick, you don't use them.
No, that's not, we can't ask you to prove you were sick.
No, but like when we sign up for something, we have to say we have a medical appointment, we have to give a reason, and
No, you don't.
we have to say.
No, you don't.
Yeah, when we do in the frontline thing, when you sign up for a sub, you have to say what you're doing if you're sick, medical
You
appointment.
just say
or
medical appointment. You don't have to say.
I don't have to say
No, you don't
why,
say why.
but you have to say medical appointment, but they don't check up on you.
No.
No.
Back to the 10
I've
days.
told people before, lie. It's easier.
Back to the 10 days. I wasn't saying that you weren't working. What I was saying is you have 10 days, use it. You work 8 hours. You worked 8 hours. You're still at home now.
Right.
Use those 10 days. Don't waste them. Don't be
Oh,
down
she-
here
No,
5
I-
days a week.
I don't waste.
Well, I'm saying not use them where you work, like you are. I have no problem with it. But
Well-
don't be down here the whole year. That's what I'm saying. You have the 10 days, use them.
So let me put it, let me kind of stop everything before we get people
I'm all confused.
hurt feelings here. You guys can do whatever you want on her contract. If you would rather go with 10 days, whether she accepts it or not, whether she signs it or not is up to her, but you set the contract. This was her proposal. I gave a proposal of 12, and if somebody else wants to propose something else, she's willing to sign the contract for 12. If if you guys want to have a big problem over 2 days, then that's up to you guys. That's between you guys and her. I'm not, that was my proposal. The contract is ours to set, but it also has to be agreed upon to be signed, so.
I do want to say right now, I'm really offended because what you said about the 10 days, that is an accusation that I am not working.
I just clarified it and said,
Yes.
use the 10 days and work. You're at home.
Yes, I do.
A lot of
but
times
that's
working
not
at
the-
home is more relaxing than being in a
But
facility.
that's not the same as not working though, just so that you know that's not my time, that time belongs to the school.
Right. But sometimes
Yeah.
working at home, drinking some coffee and doing some work is a lot nicer at home than it is at
But I'm
work.
still working, I'm not just sitting there
Exactly.
watching TV.
I didn't say you were,
No,
and even
but-
if you had it on, who cares?
Okay,
But,
stop.
but, no, I want to
Okay.
go on, but you implied though. And then the
Well-
other thing is that's, I mean, I still work at least 6 hours on the weekend. I have to just to stay on top of things. So, I can't even believe you said that.
Okay.
So, and the only other thing I want to ask you about, Dawn, when we talked about I'm saying is that that's not covered, that's all
That's
about it.
fine.
Just for my own clarification, what's the difference with personal leave and vacation leave?
As far as use, nothing. You can use them for
As
the
far as
same. You
repayment.
can use them for anything. As far as when you resign or retire, personal leave does not get paid out upon resignation or retire. Based on how our contracts read, we could rewrite that to read however you'd want to, because it's not governed in law. Vacation leave gets paid out at 100%. That's governed in Montana code.
Generally, personal leave under most companies, personal leave
It's use it or lose it.
is, it's use it or lose it. It's also, and yeah, you can't bank it.
Yeah. You can roll over a certain number of days, generally speaking, but our teachers can't. Our teachers, they get 4 days a year, and it's every year they get 4 days. So if they use all 4 days, they get 4 new days. If they use 1 day, they get 4 days the next year. So that's how our teachers' personal leave works. Our contracts are a little different because we have the ability to negotiate those contracts at this table.
Usually vacation is pre-planned and a lot of times personal days is not.
That's a good way to look
Yeah,
at
like
it.
if you need your car fixed or
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
They can be used
take your
interchangeably.
dog to the vet, whatever.
And personal and vacation can be used for sick, but not the other way around.
That makes sense.
Stop it.
It's
You're being
easier.
recorded.
Because I just feel like this conversation's been pushed on out this door. Verifying with the sick leave.
Yeah.
I saved my sick leave like it's going out of business. And I will tell you that because if I get hit by a car or if something happens, I
Right.
want my sick leave. And I understand that if I go and find a job tomorrow elsewhere, you guys are gonna have to pay me my sick leave. I understand that. Like I have my differences with, like Dawn and I
Right.
have had our differences, but so I'm not changing.
But you
that
only
for
get
people in the room.
you only get a quarter of it.
And that's fine. That's
Totally.
fine. But the thing is that I keep my sick leave in case something happens. Like I'm not gonna walk through my teaching job having 0 sick leave.
Yeah.
Because
No, I understand
we
that.
need our sick leave. People in education need our sick leave. So I just want that on Dawn's side that she might need her sick leave for just certain things.
And this year, I mean, my husband had to have surgery and I had to have surgery, and what are the chances of that? But I was glad I had sick leave.
Well, and I think the clarification, just so that we're all on the same page about that, I think the clarification is, for example, the 2 instances that Mrs. Matt just mentioned, being out for surgery, is that whole sick leave days don't necessarily always get used because work is being done in those situations. So I think, and I'm just trying for clarity, like Chrissy said, so additional conversation doesn't happen outside of this room, but I think what Bob is saying is, if you take that time off for a surgery or whatever, then take it off and don't work. The tough part about these 2 positions is that's not always possible. It's not even always possible in teaching positions, right? Sometimes you'd love to take a full day off and it doesn't always pan out that way. But I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but for clarity's sake, I think that's what's trying to be said here is if you're taking it off to take care of your husband or to have surgery, then
Concentrate
take it
on
off
that.
and take the whole day of leave and get yourself better instead of feeling that push to also have to work and then only using half a sick leave day and working half day. And I think that that's part of where that
And so
discussion
when I
is
had
coming from.
surgery, I didn't work for a week. I took the 5 days off.
So, okay, I'm gonna take control of the meeting. Okay?
Good discussion.
Yeah, but I don't need a fisticuff going on. So, getting back to Don's contract. You guys have to decide, are you gonna, she's agreed to one number. If you guys aren't happy with that number, then somebody needs to come out and actually say it and propose it to her.
So I would propose 250 days, contract days per year.
And the other increases are good.
Personal leave, yeah, I think that's fine.
So you're gaining another 5 days there, Dawn, so you're 15 days.
So actually, because I did have 6 before, so I'm
Yeah.
getting,
You're getting 4 days there and then
4.
another day,
but the 4's over time.
right?
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, I need a motion with those changes.
So the only changes was 250.
250 instead of
contracted.
240, yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve, sorry. I'll make a motion to approve the superintendent contract changes with the exception of the 250 working days.
Okay. Need a second.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Please, God,
I just have a point of clarity.
no. Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that you guys saw that when Donna and I put this together, it's 26 to 28, which encompasses the additional year that she
Right.
was granted this January. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that this is the current full contract that's out there.
Right.
Just so for clarity, I thought that would be helpful.
Yeah. Did we have a second?
I second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Don. Okay.
Josh, did you vote?
What's that?
Did you vote?
No.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I just need it for the minutes.
I'll make a motion to hire S. Brown as FY 27-5/6th grade volleyball coach and approve FY 27-5/6th grade volleyball coaching contract.
I'll second.
I like how she rolled it all into one now.
Yeah,
It's a mouthful, but you're welcome.
moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
I'll make a motion to hire S. Beck as FY 27-7/8 grade volleyball coach and approve FY 27-7/8 grade volleyball coaching contract.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Do you have enough breath in you to put that whole thing down?
Close your eyes and say it.
It
Okay.
speeds us along though, so. Let's try.
A couple, just housekeeping, insurance.
I'll make a motion to approve the FY 27 property and liability insurance.
Second.
Lacey was excited about this one.
So excited, actually. It went down
It went
for the
down.
first time in history. I don't know. I mean, probably not in his school history, but in
No.
my history, it has
No.
never went down.
This went down,
Nor has my own insurance ever went down.
and it
So,
was
no,
really
I-
good that this went down, because the next one,
It went up.
I need a second on this one. I need a second on
I
that.
second.
Okay. Any discussion on the insurance? Seeing none, all in favor of the property and liability insurance contract?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. This one went up. It's hard to tell how much it went up though, because this is per employee per hour, so it went up, but we don't know how much it went up. Right now, we're sitting at 2 employees less than last year, so that'll help.
Do we have a ballpark how much it went up?
It's percentage based, so the percentages went up. I think it went from 0.048 to 0.055. I can open the attachments.
We don't really have a choice to do it.
No.
We don't. I mean, I can go out and try to get it from, there's only one other place in Montana that we could get it from, but we've never had an issue with these guys. I'm not really interested in changing, especially because they're also the ones that carry our property and liability, and that one went down, so I'm definitely not interested in pulling it from
They
them.
did, that's why they went down. They were feeling sorry for us.
Yeah.
It went,
I think we'd gone years without a claim on that one too, so.
Until this year.
so it went
On the
from,
North Scotch. Yeah, we had.
it went
we
from
had one of the
.45 to .48. Sorry, I was wrong. And the other one went from 5.85 to 6.2. And those different rates are, the higher rate is essentially for like kitchen and custodial, and the lower rate is for office, teachers, that kind of thing. The higher rate is to, because that's a more dangerous position. So that's why.
Yeah.
So they did go up, but not,
It's not a
Shows
lot.
you there. What we've had for-
Yeah.
But I know for a fact.
your rate's higher, so be safe.
Safety first.
Safety first.
That's why you let Pat hold the ropes for the sling.
Yeah, that's because he's got a different code. You give him the.
So this is a contract, right?
Yep, it's contract. already.
Motion to approve the FY '27 workman's comp contract.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'll make a motion for the resolution 26-4 to sell or dispose of obsolete property. Just an annual thing we do.
Right?
Yep.
Yep, we're just, so that it gives us the ability to get rid of some stuff if we have stuff to get rid of.
Is this list just a generic
You know,
when it comes up, okay?
if you're interested in stuff that might be gotten rid of, you just tell them that, hey, I might want a desk or something like that.
Might want a broken chair.
Yeah, you can have that.
There was a year that we got rid of a whole bunch of desks that were old, and you know, the old tip-up desks. We got rid of a whole bunch of them, and we did have a few people who wanted those.
Is there a second?
Not yet.
I second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, policy committee. Tell us about your changes.
Well, we attached all the policies that we had changes to. We had great discussion. I think policy meetings, if anybody needs something to do, policy meetings are great.
Not really.
Josh's
Board
wife
at 6
attended this
a.m.
one and she said that it was awesome. Yeah, she was like, please invite me to the next one. It was great.
She's either a liar
They're great. They're the one place where you can really have an impact. So if you care about having an impact about something that you're passionate about in our policies, then come to policy meetings. So
It's just like the legislature. You want rules changed, this is where it happens.
show up, yeah, and it was really good discussion. I think that it would be helpful, so this time I put all the policies that we reviewed, I updated their reviewed date. So I think whoever makes the motion, if you could approve the policy amendments and the review dates, that would be helpful, so that we can update those review dates every time we do this as well. Because it's nice when you go in and look at our policy manual, you can see when we reviewed them, even if we made no changes. So it doesn't look like we don't ever review them. Yeah.
So we have one in here that's June 15th and the rest are June 2nd.
Yes, I had to add,
Oh,
I
it was
had to
editing.
put that one in there because the one that I had in the board packet wouldn't, it had the thing where it cut the words off.
Oh, that's right.
So I had to ask Tony. He actually had to email it to me. And this one was a different issue though, because last time, remember, it was cut off in our policy manual, like online. It cut off the words when you even opened it. This one, it didn't do that, it only cut off when you printed. And I tried everything imaginable to get it to print stupid words. And I finally had to reach out to Tony at FDSBA and he sent me a Word document that was blank. And then he sent me a PDF that had this. That's why it's uploaded as of yesterday.
Okay. But the date was still June 2nd.
Yeah, the policy we didn't make any changes. I just put one in there that you guys could actually see.
So we need a motion to approve the policy changes. We're not gonna go through each one of them.
For the most part, it was just wording.
They're
changes.
generic policy stuff, so. We'll let you know if it's ever a policy that we need to really discuss. We're gonna do that tonight. policy amendments of June 2nd.
On policy committee one, make a motion?
Most certainly should be.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you weren't supposed to. So.
No, you are
You're
supposed to.
supposed
Oh, then that's fine. I'll make a motion to approve the policy amendments and the review dates.
I second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, now we got some quotes to look at, and a little discussion to have. On what we should have actually, in a lot of ways, done a long time ago. Door openers, handicap door openers. So, who's responsible for this? Who wants to talk about it? Nobody wants to talk about it.
Actually, I'll have Kelsey talk about
Kelsey.
it if you don't mind, because she did all the research for us.
I don't know if I did all the
That'd be
research,
awesome.
but I got together your quotes and showed those gentlemen. They're all the ones that came in and got our security access system going. So the reason we didn't do the ADA before is because at that point in time, with the option we chose, which fit our budget better, it would have been pointless, because if you would have hit the ADA operator button, it would have defeated the whole purpose of buzzing somebody in, because it would just open the door then, right? So a lot of that work still needed to be done to move forward with this option, so that wasn't a waste by any means. But it is more of a two-step process now. So you push the ADA button, but you still essentially have to be granted access. So this would require, like our key rings or lanyards would have almost a fob that you put in front of. I mean, did you guys get the kind of, okay. So it's either that or phone access, but I said it would be easier to do the fob with our keys.
I like a phone.
And so that would still alert the master station at the office. It was all four doors, the two breezeway doors from the 100, 200, and then our two main doors at the office, exterior and interior at the vestibule. It includes our electric. Valley Glass has to come in because they took part in that as well with the retractors and everything. Some of that equipment has to be changed a little bit. We didn't go further than those four doors because the cabling is a huge expense, and so
Question.
Yes.
Do we need to do the main doors? Do we absolutely have to do the main doors?
No, in my opinion, we don't. And so there was going to be two options, and one of the quotes did include two options. I think one or two of them did. So I just wanted full perspective of if we do all four doors, this is the number we're hitting. So let's start high, and then if that doesn't work, we'll come down. I mean, I knew that it would be spendy, but I really didn't know what to expect. So I told them, while you're here, quote all four, because they knew that only doing the two breezeways was going to be an option as well. If that's the case, I just get a hold of them, let them know to revise their quotes or bids.
My preference, if we did something on the front door, would be an operator that was activated by the office, not a button.
Well, there's just somebody always at the office.
Right, and there's no reason to have a push button.
I don't think so. No.
We could set it up to have an operator that was, when the button got pushed in the office, it opened.
Well.
But we don't have to. I think as long as there's access into the building.
Into the two
Both
breezeway
buildings.
doors?
Yeah.
I think that's
Because-
more important because there's not always somebody to help you open that door.
Because if we have somebody that's gonna need those, they're gonna have a one-on-one with them anyway. They're gonna have somebody with them.
Yeah.
So if they show up in the morning, they're gonna be picked up by their person, and they can be brought to this door, and their person can scan them in. And then there's no, really, to me, no reason to have that front.
And we can definitely have I think it was Montana System Solutions and Yeti Electric, that we'd have to have their quotes revised for just the two doors. and then maybe we compare the two, and if it's, the price is still up there and it's not much more to do all four, I would say try to do all four, but if it's a significant difference, then I think the two breezeways.
Valley Glass gave us 2 options.
Yeah,
They're the only
Yep.
one.
and I did hit them pretty hard with a time frame of needing to get numbers to me, so it might have been why the other ones didn't do just 2 options, or do just the 1 option instead of 2. I think it's,
So option 1 was 69.31, option 2 was 13.63.
Option 1 is just confusing to read because it has 2 periods in it. They put 6,931.50.00.
oh,
Yeah. We don't
Let's
have
not go
that. We're not doing
that's
that
what you're
for
saying. Yeah.
I didn't notice it until right now, of
Oh, I
course.
see, there it is. Yeah, it's hiding. So that's, to me, now is Valley Glass, is that a full deal? That's them finishing the whole thing?
These are,
Or
yeah,
are these quotes for
these
just
quotes
that
are
part?
all inclusive.
All inclusive?
Yep.
Okay.
Like they're all needed in order to do the
And all
project.
3 of them
Oh,
do have
all
to come
3 of them
in.
have to be in?
Yeah. they're
One is to
quotes
put
that you
electrical
all-inclusive,
in,
but
one
all
is to run
3
low voltage, one is to do the door openers and.
Is there nobody that can do everything? Okay, so I can already tell that I would prefer, because $5,000 is, or, well, actually $7,000 is a lot of money.
Is there an ADA grant or anything like that that the state would fund this?
Probably not, we're gonna
I
have
would
to
say
hit our
probably
reserves.
not, because we're supposed to be ADA compliant anyway, so I would say probably not. They'd say, how come you weren't already compliant?
Okay.
And we are to a degree, but not with the automatic.
So,
I wonder if we were compliant in 2005 when the building was put.
No. The answer is no,
No?
because we don't have the buttons. We've never have had those.
but in 2005, it was
300
a lot
building.
different.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, in 2005.
I'm
was
serious.
that-
It has a button outside
The
of it.
300 building does, however, you
But
can't get
that
up the
wasn't our
lift,
only building.
That's what the ramp's for.
That's what the ramp's for.
but you
Yeah,
can't get in that
the
building.
300 building had the ramp and everything.
Do you guys want me to talk to Yeti Electric and Montana System Solutions and have them quote the 2 breezeway doors, and then so we can compare?
Can you get a quote without the inside door having to be done?
So do the 3 exterior doors
3
then?
exterior doors.
Yep.
Which 3 doors are you talking about?
So the breezeway doors, the 2 breezeway doors, and the very front door, and not the internal glass door. Might be cheaper. And it's still.
It saves some.
Yeah.
It saves
Still
some,
gets
but I don't
people
think
in
it
out
would
the
save
weather.
as much as you think
That's
it
a good
would.
idea.
I
And the
see
only
what-
reason I totally agree with this idea is because we can't just think about a student for this ADA. We
No,
have to think
Oh, we have
about
to think of
a
parents who are trying to
handicapped
come in
visitor
for,
coming. Yeah, and where are they
game.
gonna go?
because right now they can't get in the gym.
They're going to the front office door, though, is gonna be the main, like, if somebody's
That's
coming,
true.
they're going to the office.
I do like that, yeah, they get to the gym, they get either side of the breezeway and to the front office.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that
But a
that's.
parent can't without somebody coming in and scanning it.
Right.
Because we have to put limited access buttons in.
How
Yeah.
about any
But-
person going into the counseling and speech if they're needing those services?
So we're
They
still gonna
always-
be working on that actually, with talking about concrete and upgraded other things happening with that, and that would be next steps. But in the meantime, though, you can have speech services and counseling come over here to this building.
Can you, is the proposal right now for the glass coming into the building, is it for both ways? Is that what it currently is?
No, it would be, well, that's a great question.
The only
It'll be
reason-
the right door coming into the school. It'll be the right door only on both sets.
I'm just
It-
wondering.
It was inside and outside, there's a button on both sides of the door though.
Right.
It didn't read through the whole way. I don't know.
I'm wondering for like fire, etc., if we need to have a button from the interior
be able
into
to
the, Yeah, not coming in, preferably not a button there.
Like if the egress was through the glass and through the front door.
I don't know, I'm thinking out loud. Sorry.
That's a great question though,
I'm thinking
and I will
more
clarify that.
fire, you know, safety.
Mhm.
Because that's the whole point about that vestibule, is that we can go that way, but we can't go this way. So do we need to make sure that we make it handicap accessible to go that way as well?
Door position.
But to that point, wouldn't you have to put it on every door
Every door,
that's
yeah.
a emergency
An
escape?
exit?
An exit?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah, thanks
Well,
for,
I'm not sure, but we do have to, the one on this side, the one that's inside should not need an access control. It should just need a button.
That's
yes,
That's correct.
yes. That's what I'm asking about.
Whether
You know,
it's
like a
both of
handicap
the other doors or
button?
just this door.
On the
you can-
insides.
We can, I don't believe that ADA says we have to have every door, but they do say we have to have a
And
ADA
Exit.
and a ADA exit, which could be just that one. Holy, I got a number that I just about died over.
I guess my understanding is that there was going to be
a push button.
buttons that you would push. It's just that it's becoming more of a two-step process because you can't just push it and it will open. You have to still be granted access.
Yeah, I'm thinking for going out, which then you should only have to push the button. For going out. Should only just be a
Yeah,
button.
we
the
can't
button for
have, we
going
can't
out.
have any door,
Yeah.
I
for
think-
anybody, we can't have
I
a
see what
door
you're
that
saying.
locks,
Yeah.
that they can't get out of.
Just like how right now we can just push the panel, we could push the button on exiting. I'm not as concerned about that. I'm with you guys on the entering. The entering, I think we only need to worry about the two breezeway doors and the front door. And my concern is exiting if we need, frankly, it's a long time coming for our facility. So we should probably talk about it on at least one door in every building. If not more. If you're talking about fire, you're talking about every door in every building, because you can't pretend that to be. I don't know.
Because all
Do you want me to stop
classrooms-
talking, Cody?
Well, because then like every classroom has a door, right?
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's a
we don't,
slippery
there's,
Or
yeah.
you do baby
But-
steps, you don't just do it all in.
Totally.
But
And that's my
all
thing,
those doors
right
don't have
now.
like a locking latch though. It's a matter of like turning a lot of handles and it just pushes open, right?
Yeah.
There's not a latch that's locking it shut.
No, there shouldn't be any door that's locked from the inside.
I mean, unless you're talking about these ones, I guess, but.
So if Montana Systems Solution, that's where I get to the point of, we only need two doors we only need these two doors to be set up with the scan.
But
Just
can-
the,
the breezeway doors?
just the breezeway doors.
Okay.
Cause there's your expense right there. It's the electronics of working those scan doors.
Okay, so Google AI says in Montana, commercial buildings must have at least two accessible handicap means of egress for every level or occupied space. So that's that question of how many doors need an exit button from a handicapped out.
Right.
So
Yeah. So if you're gonna do the front door and the side door, you
then
might
this
as
building's
well.
covered.
This building.
And
Yeah.
this building's covered. So then, but then you'd need the one
You need the glass and the front door.
to go out, not in, but out.
Yes.
Right.
And then in the gym,
I guess the hard part is if we're just doing the breezeway doors, that accommodates any students that may need this, but it's not really accommodating our public. Because the
Right.
whole reason we have an access system is to
Stop the
decide
public.
who, yes, because then they are in the office vestibule,
Yes.
essentially. If we let them in the side breezeway door and they're a public visitor,
yes.
they have to come to us, but they are in our school.
No, I think the entrance from outside, we're wanting it, the two breezeways and the front door.
Okay, so
Yes.
the 3 exteriors.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
So
For that exact
basically what
reason.
this,
Okay.
Yes.
we're gonna end up, if, hopefully we can take enough money out of reserves to do this.
Probably gonna.
Because you're
probably
gonna
touch
basically
Mormon
end up
for
with what this
honestly.
bid is, so.
Probably gonna touch the Mormon fund for this, which is a well-deserved fund for this. And then Kels, so those 3 doors, and then see if we can look at,
Two-way,
What is the total?
like going in and out.
yes, on those 3 doors. And then a button going out from this building into the vestibule,
Okay.
is my thought.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no different than if you're going to a bank and they're closed and you try to open it, you can't because you need a key fob, and then once
Yep.
the stores are open, then you can touch the handicap and then it opens.
Yes, the same system.
Same system.
That one won't need a fob because it's an
It's already
automatic
decided.
Right.
from inside to out.
But I am curious about whether that front door could have just an auto.
Just the button itself? Or,
An auto opener from the office. I guess that doesn't work if we're using, well, yeah, because we're using, it's egress that we worry about, not ingress.
right.
So I think I get your question. So does the handicap button have to
So
be
Kaylee could
tied
sit
to the
there.
front
Right.
door?
So Kaylee could sit there, push the button, and the door opens.
And I think that's essentially what we are doing.
Right, but why do we need anything more than the button that they have?
Because it has to communicate that 2-step process of pushing the button. It will open on its own, but we still have to have somebody grant that access. So that is what is,
Well, yeah,
Being
but Kaylee will be whoever's in the office will be granting that access.
I see what
They
you're
can
saying.
push, even a handicapped person can reach and push the button.
yeah. So I'm sorry. So it will include that. The key fobs are for.
We don't need,
for our
what I'm
teachers
saying is we
taking-
don't need the key fob thing on that
On the
door.
front door.
We just need the key fob thing on the breezeway doors.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be granted access by
Right.
the office. And
Okay.
all they should have to do is push the
I
button
see
and
what you're
it
saying.
opens the door.
Okay. Yeah, I will find out the limitations on that, and if for some reason.
I just don't see any use putting the button in
Mm-hmm. Because we
on
would-
that door, because we control it anyway.
Mhm. I will find out then if that is an option. We'll do some clarifying.
We'll
on
still need
this.
the egress buttons
Mhm.
inside.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to him. I will reach out tomorrow and see if I can get things fine-tuned for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
We're gonna table this until we get some more information.
So one more thing I want to talk about, is, as long as we're talking about accessibility, is we have a student coming with an IEP who requires a changing space. The student is in a wheelchair and right now uses like a massage table. They use a massage table to change the person. So we need that space. We need to get something in our building developed for that. So when we had the facilities committee meeting, one of the things that Josh and Cody and I looked at was extending this inside wall here that goes out to the double door area, extending the wall just a little bit, like about a foot, and then framing in like a 12-foot wall, so your space would be 12 by 7. And then you can connect a sink to the other sinks on the other side.
Two things I got a question on. Why do we need a sink? Use wipes. We all use wipes for our kids. We didn't have a sink.
You wash your hands afterwards.
Yeah, you
You
have.
go wash your hands anyway.
You have to have a sink.
But,
Yep.
but even then, if we have a sink, we have rooms that, lots of rooms that have sinks in them that don't always have somebody in them.
You'd still have to have it walled off. It has to be a separate area for sanitary reasons.
The location that we're thinking, you're not gonna have to do a lot of plumbing distance. It'll be adjacent to the boys' room.
I'm just
back, yeah.
thinking more about cost
Yeah.
and real space. I mean, we're taking space away from other stuff anytime we add something inside.
So there are lockers there that we would move the lockers down the hallway, and we would put that room right there. We would both move the lockers there.
I don't agree with it.
based off of the student's rights and their
Well,
I really caution you guys on having this specific conversation while talking about his or her needs while you are being recorded based off of IEP laws.
should be talking about accommodations, and that is what we should be saying, is accommodations. I am
As
right.
your
No,
former
you're
special
right,
ed
Chrissy,
teacher, I'm
just
just
being
cautioning
being
you.
careful of what words are said, yes. What I'm saying is, we have had students before that were handicapped, students before that were wheelchair bound, and we were always able to find ways to accommodate.
Don, did we decide, were we gonna get a quote for
Yeah,
this first?
I was gonna find out if we can get funding, if, first of all, if, OPI would pay for funding for that. And then, so that would depend on if we had it professionally done or if we do it ourselves.
So I assume if, and I know you don't have the answer, but if OPI was gonna fund it, they'd probably want it professionally done.
It has to be.
It has to be from
Anything we
licensing.
do here has to be
Any insurance
professionally done.
purposes.
That's why we can't rebuild the 300 building. I got people that come in there and work on the 300 building.
Yeah.
We can't do that. And everything has to be, probably have to have an engineer look at it.
School's gotta be protected.
Yeah, but there's certain, we don't need to have it light bulb
No.
professionally changed.
But if we're going to build a room, that has to be engineered.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna find anybody that's gonna be able to do it between now and September.
We'd have to have it framed.
Especially not since I'm gonna table it right now because it's not officially on here.
We'd have to.
And we have to have a meeting when we can close the meeting, and I can't close the meeting tonight.
Well, this is about general space, so.
No, but you brought it up as a handicapped student, and that,
As a changing space.
right, and that right there, as Chrissy said, was a violation of IEP laws, because we mentioned the word. That's why, and I didn't talk to you, and I should have. Making accommodations, that's as much as we should ever have said tonight, is making accommodations. But I'm gonna go back to what I said. It's not on the agenda as anything that we can do tonight anyway. I encourage you to get some quotes and find out what can be paid for. But I also encourage you to make ready to, if we can't do anything at all, to figure out how we're gonna do it. Whether it's curtains or whatever else you have to do. But we're not gonna talk about this tonight. And we will put a closed session on next meeting, but it's done. I'm not gonna get in trouble.
So Bob, one question is, if you extend the wall out a foot, that's the double door exit, is that gonna be fire code to be able to
That's what we gotta find out.
Yeah, that's just my thought, because you're blocking the doorway a little bit.
That's what we gotta find out. So, anybody that has any ideas about that stuff, then
And it should be, Judy, because it would be this end.
I think you just all around need an engineer to come in and
Right.
tell you exactly
we
instead
are
of
not,
us.
we're not gonna be making guesses.
accusations of how
And we're
we,
done, we're done with this conversation, okay? So, we've tabled what we could table, and we're not gonna talk about this anymore tonight. Okay, does anybody have any correspondence? If not, we come to our special discussion. Policy 1700, I am going to remind everybody, there's a way to handle this. And I'm as guilty as anybody. When people come to me, I want to help them. when somebody comes to you with a complaint, this is the first place you need to send them. Policy 1700 covers all of our complaints, and there's a process and a procedure. And basically what you need to do, we all want to be friends with everybody. It's great. When your friends put you in a position of wanting your help with something, you need to say, have you followed the policy? And if you want to give them a copy of the policy, explain the policy to them, that's fine. But there's been too much going on lately. That is not policy. Things are getting started in the wrong spot, and when they get started in the wrong spot, then people are upset because nothing's getting done. Well, there's only one way to officially get it done. I'm not going to go through every little bit of the policy, but if somebody wants to file a formal complaint, the first place to go is the teacher, if it's a teacher that their complaint is about. They need to go to that teacher and try and fix it there. If it's Dawn, then they need to go to Dawn. And understanding that the way that it's written in here is kind of confusing because it says go to the principal and then go to the superintendent. Go to Dawn. Go to our principal superintendent all in one time. You don't have to go there twice. And then there has to be time. If you've gone to that person, you have to give them time to make changes or address the situation. You can't come to the board first. You can't come to the board second. There has to be a number one, level one, informal. Go to them, say, hey, I got this little problem. That's where you start. If it's a teacher or staff member, it's informal. You go to them and talk to them and see if you can solve the problem. Number two would be going to Dawn. If you did not get satisfaction out of going to your informal, you go to Dawn as the building administrator and make it official. Not I've always said writing is, do it in writing so that it can be
Documented.
I think an email would be
documented.
good for people.
Email is fine,
Because that's
but
documentation.
it does say, it says directly in here, a written complaint, and it has to be within 30 calendar days of whatever event your problem is. I hear just as much as everybody else about, I got a problem with this, I got a problem with that. I can hear it all day long, and I can know that it is a problem. If the policy hasn't been followed, there's nothing we can do about it. So, as public, don't expect that your board member's gonna jump right on it. And I'm gonna encourage my board members to tell people, if you have a problem, let's get the program started the way it should be.
Absolutely. We need to follow it though too.
But we should not have anything to do with it until it hits level 3.
I think we should be aware of it though.
Or level 4. Actually, level 2 and 3 are pretty much the
They're
same.
the same for
Here.
us.
Right. But the board should be aware of it if we have situations in the school, because then that's how we hold everybody accountable.
Yes and no. We can't know about everything. We can't.
Well, I'm not
we
saying
can't
detail,
micromanage.
but I'm just saying in general, if we have an issue in our school, we should know about it, right?
Well, you're gonna know if your friend's telling you about it, but at the same time, all you should do is encourage them to do.
All right. We
take
had
the
this
right
discussion
steps.
about 2 years ago because there was a bunch of stuff going on. But if it goes to one person and it sits there and nothing gets done, and the board doesn't know about it, maybe one board member, then how good is that?
But if nothing gets done, it's up to that person to continue.
Absolutely.
The levels. It's not up to us to make the levels happen.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not up to
Absolutely.
us to say, well, you're not getting it done, so we'll just take over from here. It's not gonna happen anymore. If people have a problem, it's time to step up and let everybody know that there's a problem. Because I can talk all day long till I'm blue in the face with Dawn. If there's nothing official, then there's no action to be taken. And whether it's Dawn or it's a teacher or anything. So just a reminder that, you know, and policy 1700 is 100% available to everybody. It's in the handbook every time you get handbooked at the first of the year. We just have to remember to read it and follow it. And, special discussion number 2.
Can I add to what you just said, Bob?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I listened to what Bob said just now, in my mind, a complaint doesn't have to necessarily be a complaint. It can be just a concern and maybe a question. And so talk to the teacher, talk to me, whoever it involves, talk to that person with a question before you get a complaint.
True.
So,
That's true
that's
too.
like a pre-step, right? So try to, you know, if you're noticing something, then ask the teacher a question.
Nobody can fix anything if they don't know about
If
it.
we don't know, we have to ask.
If you don't know it's a problem, you just continue to do the same thing over and over again. So,
Josh, kind of to piggyback up on that, it's always good just to have, like, in the past, like, just having that follow-up email, not just emailing, but, you know, hey, I had this conversation with you, so this is what we decided
Absolutely.
upon. And I just feel like that's really good because also, I don't, as a teacher here and community member, I don't expect, like, one of you guys to save me in any of these situations. Like, if you know about it, cool, but I expect for myself to have integrity to follow these policies. And
well, we can
Well, we
know
should,
we can
yeah.
know about it all day
If you
long. It
know about
doesn't
it, yeah.
matter. I
And you
mean,
knowing
we
about it
can't
is
do
fine.
anything about it.
But I don't expect for you to like me to come to you and be like, oh, I need you to fix this. Like I want.
We
like,
can't fix it.
Exactly. So that's why we follow the policy. So
Right.
like, you knowing about it, like I don't think it's bad, but for you to be aware of it when it might.
That's
come
all I
to
was saying
head.
is everybody should be aware if there's
And
an
I'm not
issue.
making accusations. It happens to me too. I'll talk to somebody and they'll talk to me about it and I'll be, oh, maybe I'll look into it. But we can't do that. We have to stop.
We are down to 130 kids this year.
I understand.
So what I'm saying, as a board, we need to also follow up with Dawn and just say, okay, where are we at with certain things? How is,
I don't think we're down quite as far as you think.
well, I'm just saying in general.
We are
We
down
have a
to about
responsibility to do as a
155
board
or
too.
60,
To make
so.
sure that we're aware of situations. Doesn't have to be detail, doesn't have to be every little thing, but just to know what parents are saying. What are they upset about?
I will, just a little aside note. I had Lacey look the numbers up. I bet you think we're down more than any other school in the valley.
Everybody's down.
Everybody's down. Not everybody. But we are down 22%
Yeah.
in the last 5 years. Swan River's down 23. The average is about 19 to 20, except for West Valley, Helena Flats, and one other school. District 5 is down, that's a new one.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of reasons for that, and I'm not saying that we're not at fault in some ways.
Well, sure.
But
I just want to know the exit interviews collaboratively
Absolutely, we should.
As-
Crying out loud.
as for us to make a decision.
Mhm.
To know what
But-
the exit interviews are, what those.
Oh yeah, we need to know.
circumstances are.
You can't just assume, well, everybody's leaving because they want to homeschool or they want to do
So-
this.
The problem is exit interviews they're by choice. People don't have to fill out an exit interview when they leave. They're not required to do
But
that.
I think we should encourage, for
We
sure.
do.
They are.
We do.
But we don't
But-
see it. That's what I'm saying, is we need to see it and find out why. And talk about it. Then we can maybe fix it. That's all I'm saying.
We just don't get forms returned to us.
Well, yeah, because people get pissed off and they're like, oh, I'm done.
Well, it's
I'm out.
not, and it's not just that. There are people that just don't, that's not, I mean, how many times do you get a review on your email? Hey, please review this.
Mhm.
How often do you do it? I don't.
All right.
We send them out all the time at work.
Have we gotten any in the last year?
How do you
So-
send them out? Do you mail them or do you hand them to them?
Hand to 'em.
So, my next thing, and this is more for us. We're not gonna do any more Google Meets unless it's a meeting that has to happen and we have to have a quorum. The only way to have a quorum is that Google Meet. I don't like Google Meet. You don't have the opportunities to interact when you're on Google Meet. It's, at one time, we weren't allowed to have that kind of stuff. I will approve a Google Meet if we are in a meeting, if we have a meeting coming up that absolutely cannot happen without, that has to happen at that time, and the only way to have a quorum is if we Google Meet somebody and if you're gonna just miss the meeting, you miss the meeting. And that's okay once in a while. I mean, I missed the meeting, it was important. And the other thing is, as a board member, you need to really, I mean, all of us need to really work on our commitments, I guess is the word for it. You know, we're committed. I mean, we decided to run for this position. To me, it's a job. It's almost a career for me, but if you had an employee working for you that didn't show up, you wouldn't put up with that. So, just as, you know, we just need to remember these things, that, you know, your commitments that you make and stuff. And make sure if you can't make it, that you let either Lacey or myself know. I mean, I don't expect everybody to be at every meeting, but I guess I kind of do expect everybody to try and make the majority of the meetings. So, it's just important. And the other thing I'm really bad at, if you get a chance, come spend a day at the school. It's really hard for me. I mean, most of us have a job that requires us to be at the job during that school time. But if you get a chance to get away, come hang out at the school for an hour or two, do that. Don't expect the classroom to be exactly the way it always is, because it never is, but it would be good to spend some time, and maybe we see things that, oh, I didn't realize that was the reason we did. The reason X, Y, or Z was done was what I'm seeing now. So, other than that, everybody enjoy their evening, and meeting's adjourned.